praise you, O Abba, for your goodness and your mercies towards us. We thank you for your sustenance, your graciousness. It is in you that we live and move and have our being, and so we trust you, O God. Without you, we're nothing. If you should not sin, then none would be able to stand, but you are the forgiver of sins. So we ask you to sanctify us tonight. Make us pure, that we may bring praise and honor to your name. Let your name be magnified, O Yahweh. Let your name be praised even tonight. And those of us that are here, and those that will be tuning in, dear Father, to have this study with us, may be blessed. Let your name be exalted above the heavens tonight, we pray, O Yahweh. I pray that you will remember the people of Israel wherever they are across the globe. Let your name be exalted. We look to you now, Son of God. We say hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah. So we praise Yahuwah. Shalom, everyone. Shalom, shalom. Thank you for joining us here at Beth-El Worldwide Assembly. This fifth night scripture study. We're just a bit late, but we are grateful nonetheless to be with you. This evening we'll be studying a little bit from the book of 2nd Samuel. Actually 9, but matter of fact, from verse chapter 8 and from the 15th verse into the 9th chapter. Okay? So we are going to be sharing a study tonight, as usual. Myself and Elder Obadiah will be sharing and discussing one to another. We're talking about the favor that one could receive, the favor one received, and how Yahweh could raise up someone out of nothing and place you into absolute something that you didn't even expect. And this is the kind of favor that we're expecting, that we're looking for in these days. And we're going to talk about a man called Mephibosheth, which is the son of Jonathan, which is Mephibosheth is the grandson of King Shaul. That was the first king that ruled Israel. And Mephibosheth he was lame. He had a problem. He fell from the nurse that took care of him when he was a child, fell from her hand, and he got lame from there. But we're going to read the scripture together, and we're going to talk. We're going to talk about this place called Lodebar. We're going to equate that to the emptiness in our lives and see where we fall short. We're going to look at the awesome heart of King Dawood, and we're going to look at the desire that the King Dawood or David had. We're going to look at his desire, how pure his heart was, how powerful he was. We're going to make sure that we look at those things and look at the favor granted unto Mephibosheth. So the first part of the reading is taken from Shemuel, 2nd Shemuel, chapter 8, and from verse 15. I read that. Elder, you're going to pick up a little bit down, but I'll tell you when to stop. Okay. So from verse 15 of 2nd Shemuel, if you're reading a King James Bible, it may say 2nd Samuel, but it's Shemuel in the Hebrew term. And from verse 15 of chapter 8 says, "And Dawood or David," if you're reading a King James scripture, it's going to say David. So forgive me if we're missing you by our pronunciation. The name David is Dawood in Hebrew. So we're going to be talking about this. "And Dawood or David reigned over all Israel, and Dawood executed judgment and justice unto all his people. And Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was over the host, and Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilio, was recorded. And Zodok, the son of Ahitub, and Ahimelech, the son of Abithiah, were the priests, and Sarah was the scribe. Sariah was the scribe. And Benaiah, the son of Jonah, was over both the Chaldeans and the Pelitites, and Dawood's sons were chief rulers. That's just showing the structure of government, okay? That's just showing the structure of government over the domain or the kingdom of Israel that David ruled over. Now, chapter 9, from verse 1, I'm going to read a few verses, then I'll turn over to Elder. It said, and Dawood said, is there yet any that is left of the house of Shaul or Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake? Now, Jonathan is the son of Shaul. And there was of the house of Shaul a servant whose name was Ziba. And when they had called him unto Dawood the king, said unto him, art thou Ziba? And he said, thy servant is he. Go ahead, Ellen. Pick up from there.
And the king said, is there not yet any of the house of Shaul, that I may show the kindness of Elohim unto him? And Ziba said unto the king, Jonathan hath a son which is lame on his feet. And the king said unto him, where is he? And Ziba said unto the king, behold, he is in the house of Machir, the son of Ahimelech, in Lodabar. Then King Dawood sent and fetched him out of the house of Machir, the son of Ahimelech, from Lodabar. Now when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Shaul, was come unto Dawood, he fell on his face and did reverence. And Dawood said, Mephibosheth, and he answered, behold, thy servant. And Dawood said unto him, fear not, for I will surely shew thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and will restore thee all the land of Shaul thy father, and thou shalt eat lekem or bread at my table continually. And he bowed himself and said, what is thy servant, that thou shouldest look upon such a dead dog as I am?
Wow.
Then the king called Ziba, Shaul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertained to Shaul and to all his house. Thou therefore and thy sons and thy servants shall till the land for him, and thou shalt bring in the fruits that thy master's son may have food to eat. But Mephibosheth, thy master's son, shall eat lekem or bread always at my table. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. Then said Ziba unto the king, according to all that my sovereign the king had commanded his servant, so shall thy servant do. And for Mephibosheth, said the king, he shall be at my table as one of the king's sons. And Mephibosheth had a young son, whose name was Micah. And all that dwelt in the house of Ziba were servants under Mephibosheth. So Mephibosheth dwelt in Jerusalem, for he did eat continually at the king's table, and was laid on both his feet.
Hallelujah.
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 So we're speaking about anyone who knows the life or the history of David and Shaul, talking about King Saul and King David. Anyone who knows the history, what happened, how Shaul get to be king and how his reigning period was cut short because he stepped into the place of the priest, and which he should never have done, and offered burnt offering, and he did that and disrespected Yahweh. When Shemuel asked him about it, he tried to swing. Now it wasn't one or two mistakes, but it was about 3 or 4 times that he did it and refused to repent. Now, by Yahuwah anointing David to become king, still while Shaul was reigning, it seemed premature, it seemed unusual, because usually he's supposed to rule until he's dead or too old. But now, and not only that, it's supposed to be the king's son that's supposed to succeed, not somebody else from elsewhere. But here we have a situation where Yahuwah find Daud, a family that was poor. Jesse was poor, didn't have much. If you really should take him by his livestock, the sons of Jesse said, the sheep that Daud took care of were only a few. That means the father, and if he was the only one left over with his father, Jesse was poor. So Yahuwah sent, I think the second Samuel, somewhere there, Yahuwah says to our first Samuel 13, somewhere there, she knew, fill thine horn with oil and go and anoint his son. So now, there was such a struggle for him to become king. Even after he was anointed, by becoming a servant of King Shaul, he played music to redeem demons. He became a servant in the house. He became a musician. He understood the principle of being a follower, even knowing that he was anointed. But and so, even in the face of there was so much talk, there was so much going on, there was so much, I wouldn't call it propaganda, but the people were announcing that Daud was becoming popular, and that he was great, and that he was not only a good musician, but he was a warrior and a fighter. He killed Goliath, and so, they begin to say, Saul killed a few, and Daud killed 10,000. Daud was way much greater than Shaul. If you take them by the statue, the scripture said all the people of Israel were below the statue of Shaul. Shaul was so tall that everybody else, his shoulder was above everybody else's head. Yet, Daud, the little guy, whom Yahuwah places his hand on, was more effective in defending the kingdom of Yah, in defending Israel, by overthrowing. When the scripture says Shaul trembled when he heard that, because as tall as he was, Goliath was taller than he was. Goliath was like 13, close to 14 feet high. And so Shaul became now a midget comparing to Goliath. And so while Shaul was great in stature, he could not be compared to Goliath. But Daud said, why would you guys allow this uncircumcised Philistine to disrespect you, to tell you that you are a nobody, to tell you that you are defeated? He said, we can't stand for that. And Daud stepped out, believing Yah, and proclaimed that I come to you, Goliath, in the name of Yahuwah of hosts. And when he did that, he overthrew him and he got popular. Shaul, no. Shaul, who was a mighty warrior. Daud compared Shaul and Jonathan to be a lion and an eagle, that they were the greatest ever on earth. that they could not be overthrown. But now, evil started growing in Shaul's leg. He started worrying now because now people are saying how anointed David was and he is and what is going to happen and what is going to happen. I'm leading up to the point where we are to notice, or if you read the scripture and know the scripture, know that from the day that David got anointed, his struggle began. He was comfortable in the field. He was comfortable out in the wilderness. He didn't have any much problem, just the animal. But the anointing he had created an enemy among the very people of Israel, and more so of King Saul. King Saul chased David for days, if not weeks and months, tried to kill David. Literally, and in the twilight of the Shabbat, he was trying to kill David. And so David ran from him. At some point, he cut off a piece of his, used his sword to cut off a piece of his garment and show him and say, Shaul, Shaul, O Malek of Israel, look at this. Look at your skirt. Look at your garment. I cut a piece of it off. And Shaul said, ah! What happened? He said, because I could have killed you. While you were sleeping, I cut off a piece of your garment, your robe. I cut off a piece, the skirt of your garment. He said, look, I could have killed you, but I don't want to hurt you. And Shaul still pursued him to kill him. And thou remain faithful not to touch the anointing of Yahuwah. Not because Shaul did not hurt him or want to hurt him, but because of the anointing that Yah had on Shaul's life, thou respected that anointing. It is not just a man. He respected the anointing to the point where Daud said, touch not Yahuwah's anointing and do his prophet no harm. And he ran. In the process of Daud running and running, Shemuel's son, Jonathan, Shaul's son, King Saul's son, his son Jonathan become friend with David because the child see that Daud has no bitterness. And he aided, he helped him. He gave him, you remember I preached that sermon, send me a Jonathan. Because when you're in your circumstance, you need somebody strategic, somebody who knows the enemy more than you know the enemy. And so Jonathan become friend with Daud. Daud said one day, the love I have for Jonathan is greater than that of a woman. Which a lot of people misunderstood or mistook and said that Daud was a homosexual. And it's not true. What that would mean, when I'm on the battlefield, a woman, because it was tradition for women to be home and the men fight. The love of a woman can't help you in a battlefield. You know? And so he said, the love that I have for Jonathan is more than that. In other words, this man is worth more to me. And at the time when he said it, that's what he meant. And so they become friends. Shaul died. And all of that was gone now. People begin to run to Daud and say, Daud, all the possessions that Shaul had, that King Shaul had, all the land and property that he had, take it away and kill off his children, because it is true that in those days, if you don't kill, anybody remember when they killed Saddam Hussein? They couldn't just kill Saddam Hussein. They had to wipe out his entire household. If you don't kill his sons, they could really come back and take charge. Because they could take they're a duplicate of him. And so, yes.
Sorry, is that all you are going to do?
What?
Is that right?
That's a tradition that when you wipe out, when you kill, if they go to war, literally speaking, Yah would say, kill everybody, even the animals. That's dangerous, but it's true. But in the case of Daud and Shemuel and and King Shaul, he could have, when he asked if there is any descendants of Jonathan, somebody got up and said, what? There is yet a son, and he lived where? In Lodebar. Lodebar, by description, is the lowest of the land in Israel. Nothing grows in Lodebar. Nothing strives in Lodebar. The man basically lived in a dump, in a filth, in a place where you can't have a sheep or two sheep or a goat or a cow because nothing growing in Lodebar. So he was basically living in filth of nothing. And he was lame. Can't do very little for himself. And if though Daud have the right to be bitter at King Shaul, he had the right to take away all the inheritance, every inheritance that Shaul possessed. He had the right to take it. What question did he ask? Go ahead, Ed. Yeah, Daud asked, is there any
of the house of Shaul that he may show kindness?
That he may what?
Show kindness because of Jonathan's sake.
So he did not allow the bitterness. He did not allow the wickedness that Shaul do to him. Chase him for months, for a long time to kill him. Speak against him, set up people against him. He did not allow that to come between him and the kindness that Shaul's son do for him. He remembered the kindness of Shaul's son. And tell us, Elder, take it from there now and lead us into this now.
When you think of the bond that they have, as I mentioned, the love that you have Jonathan is stronger than that of a woman.
Yes.
And you explain it. He could have been killed several times, and Jonathan put his life because Shaul
In danger, that
yeah. In his own life because Shaul said, you're a bloody son.
Yes.
You want somebody to take over.
Yes.
While he expect a dynasty.
Yes.
Right? Because that's how kings were having those pass on to your son.
Yes.
That's how it is. But Jonathan knew that Yahuwah has placed the kingdom on the hand of
Daud. Oh, wow. He knew that.
Yes.
Even though his father was upset. Jonathan knew that Yah really switched the authority of the Malek, or the authority of the king of Israel, into the hand of Daud. Wow.
So, the fact that you know that he said, I am going to make a bond with you. My offspring, I will be able to show kindness to them. Just as I show kindness to you.
Yes.
There was a point in time when I think it was Rosh Kodesh, so he was supposed to sit beside the king, and he was upset. Jonathan lied and said he asked leave to be in Bethlehem. In Bethlehem, right of Yehuda, where his father was, because they were having a new moon feast. And they make a plan, and he said, because Jonathan did not believe that Shaul wanted to kill him. And he said he wanted to kill him. And he said, all right, when you say that, and if he's upset with you, then you know that the thing that I say is true.
That's right.
And Shaul was really upset. Jonathan
was
very upset with Jonathan.
Yes.
So Jonathan would go into the field and shoot arrow and let him know that, well, my Haba is upset with you.
Yes.
And he was one daughter.
Yeah.
Right? Because his dad was giving the wife him and tried to trap him.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? And all of this. So in Jonathan's Dawood level, he decided that this kind of you do me. Because he said, why should your father kill me? You kill me then.
Yes.
Right? And he said, no, that's far from me. And when we look at it, be a person to your word. And the thing I like with Dawood Apostle is that not like us who do not have respect for because
Give little respect. Give little respect.
and the anointing was upon David.
Yeah.
He was anointed by the same prophet
Yes.
that anointed Shaul.
Shaul, yeah.
Nonetheless, the kingdom was good from him, and David knew that. Nonetheless, he was anointed, and he would not place his honor in him,
That's right.
right? And he does everything,
That's right.
to avoid that.
As anointed as thou
As
is,
thou
he would not put his hand
And him,
and Shaul.
because he was anointed.
Because he respect the anointing.
The anointing.
Yeah.
And I look today that Allah was going to give respect. Who
One was set up
And it just crossed my mind back on Moshe,
Yeah.
right? Where there's no leader great, he was great as Moshe, and yet they rose up against
They
him.
rose up against
And
him.
this lawyer who had deal with them.
Yeah. There's a lot of respect for the covering that Yah places over the people. And people don't understand that if Yahuwah set someone to watch over you, in all cases, you must respect that because it shall not be well. It cannot be well with anyone who speaks against your covering. Once you move that covering, you're left open. And a lot of folks don't know that. People don't realize that once you leave yourself, once you speak one word, just to be bitter, just speak one word against your covering, you have removed your covering and you're left up to the element. And then folks don't also know that you cannot go to Yahuwah unless you have the blessing of your covering. You can't even pray. But Yahuwah said, Messiah said to Kepha, whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven. You know, whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven, and folks still don't understand that. We think we can say what we want, do what we want, and Yah is going to hear our prayer. It doesn't work. It's impossible because that is protocol. That chain of command. So now, even though Daud was anointed, but he still could not, and he knew the power and authority of Yah, that you don't touch the anointing of Yahuwah. You don't touch the anointing of Yahuwah. Though he was anointed king, he knew that if Yah is going to bring him into place as king, Yah would have to do it in his time. And so it took Daud 7 years to sit in Yehuda. 7 years before he come to Jerusalem. 7 years he took him to be there. And then when he came to Jerusalem, he still had to fight all of that time and wait his turn. Though he was anointed, and he knew he was anointed. And everyone knew. But the power of what we're studying tonight is how Daud could have really be upset and say, since Saul wanted to kill me, I'm going to kill everybody that belonged to him. But he didn't do that. Saul's son, Jonathan, in the King James Version, was kind to Daud, was helpful to him. He knew his father's intention, but he helped Daud. And he never forgot that Jonathan asked him, remember my father. And his only son, his last son, because remember, everybody else died. Everybody else died. Jonathan was a good man, but he died with his father. Not because of his sin. He died. David cried. David wept. David wept. David said, how are the mighty fallen? How did it happen? Because in fact and in truth, no one can penetrate the head of an anointed person unless Yahuwah removes the anointing. It's not possible. And that's why David asked the question, how are the mighty fallen? So David could have focused on the fact that Mephibosheth's grandpa was bitter against him and wanted to kill him. David did not allow that to stop him from extending his hand of favor. I don't even think any of us here understand what it feels like to be dining with the king. The scripture says, and David said that give these people this and give these people that. But Mephibosheth, and he was lame in both of his legs. Go ahead.
But look at this verse 8, how you consider himself so lowly.
Yes.
That
Even after the invitation was extended to him.
That is how he responded.
Mephibosheth, go ahead.
And he bowed himself and said, what is thy servant? He didn't say what. So you believe yourself.
And hold on, Elder. His father was king.
And his father was
His
king.
father was Malek.
Right?
Before Dawood.
And he's a prince.
And he's a prince. And he said, now what? What he said?
He said, what is thy servant? Not even who is thy servant.
What?
Right? That thou shouldest look upon such a dead dog as I am. So he considers himself nothing to come to the presence of the king, to come to the dead at this table, level of him, all the days of his life.
Look, compare what Mephibosheth said with what Miriam and Aaron said. Is it only Moshe alone that Yahweh was speaking? Because you see, what happened here, Mephibosheth could say, I am a prince. He didn't say that. Was he a prince? Yes. He didn't say that. What I think is messing up a lot of our minds is once people share the podium, once people share in a scripture study, once people get to share and become a part of the ministry, folks automatically become equal. Folks automatically become equal. You look at even the life of Abraham and Sarah. Sarah said, oh my master, my Lord. Literally called her husband master. And that was not a show. She bowed. You look at the tradition of these women in the scriptures and how the woman that Messiah said, I can't take the children's bread and give it to the dog. And that woman said, oh my master. So the tradition of people that these women were so respectful. Even the men, when they come to Messiah, what's the name, what's the teacher, the scribe that come to Messiah, Nicodemus, when he came, he said, Master. Master means rabbi or mean teacher. And he said, Rabbi, Master. They bow. Great. He said, we know, we in Jerusalem who are teachers, we know that you are a teacher sent from Yahweh. What I think is messing up a lot of our people, and then we're asking for favor. We're asking for favor. We're asking for favor. We will not get favor in our lives until we become a Mephibosheth who were brought to the table, not only were brought to the table, but was submissive and humble himself. He didn't say, well, I know you were going to get it because I'm a prince. You know, you see the behavior. I know I have to be in the praise team because I have a good voice. I know I have to be this, and I know I have to be that. He didn't do that. He said in verse 8 again, he said, and he bowed himself, which means to worship. He bowed himself and said, what is thy servant that thou shouldest look upon such a dead dog as I am? Because literally speaking, everybody, like I said, when one king takes over, he's supposed to kill out all those from the other king, the preceding king, because they could legally rise up and say that I am my father's son, I want the right to the kingdom. He said, I'm a dead dog. Verse 9 said, then the king called to Ziba, Shaul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertain to Shaul, unto all his house. So Ziba, who worked for Shaul, he called to Ziba, Shaul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertaineth to Shaul. But this son, this Mephibosheth, I want him to dwell. And I think a lot of us missing the point tonight as well. Because he said he has given all at his, all, he given things. He gave things to to Shaul's son. But to Mephibosheth, he will eat at the table. That word, I have given unto that master's son all that pertaineth. So, and all is all. Thou therefore and thy sons and thy servant shall till the land forever, and thou shalt bring the fruit and the master's son, and they have food and eat. But, verse 10, watch it here. This is what I want to get at. But Mephibosheth, thy master's son, shall eat bread always at my table. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. Watch this. He shall eat bread at my table. Did you know he had a permanent job until the day he died? Now, he was not a squatter. Because only the king's son, only the princes, oh mighty God, only the princes supposed to sit at his table. What was Mephibosheth? He was now a renewed prince in two different kingdoms. In the kingdom of his father Shaul, and a prince in the kingdom of David. This is powerful. To sit at his table with me, to be a part of him, is his responsibility. And so, from here on, everything about Mephibosheth is his whole life. While everything else about his Shaul's other son is one thing, peace and love. With him, the royalty lost. So it would even go into the time of Shlomo in Solomon's time. It would go into, because Shlomo took over, succeeded David, and the prince and the authority. So even if Shlomo become king, the other brothers are still princes, and Mephibosheth become a prince again. So the key here, Ella, is why be bitter over what someone has done? Because Shaul was bitter. Shaul wasn't just angry. He was furious when he was told. Even the anointed man Shemuel, who was the man who anointed Saul, the man who anointed King Shaul, when Yahweh said, "Go and anoint David," King Shaul said, King Shemuel, the prophet Shemuel said, "Yahweh, anoint who? Shaul will kill me." And Yah said, "No, take a bullock and act like you're going to offer a sacrifice." So the anointed man Shemuel was so afraid of the king. That's conspiracy. Even though he was the man that anointed him to be king. And yet he said, "Yahweh will kill me." And look at what Yahweh did. Yahweh said, though Shaul, King Shaul, was so bitter, and thou would take out his vengeance and his sons, thou would not be blessed. Thou was blessed because he extended his hand of favor, because somebody extended favor to him. There's a lot of us that do not understand the principle of favor. The principle of favor is simple to understand. You look at a tree. Most of us are eating from trees that we didn't plant. Isn't that right? Yes. Yahuwah said, when you plant, I think I read from that, was it this morning? I don't remember if it was this morning, but anyway, I read from it probably sometime today. Yahuwah said, and when you go into the promised land, and when you plant your vineyard, when you reap, don't reap everything off the tree. Allow some fruits to stay in the tree. Allow some to fall on the ground. Allow the animals to eat some, and allow strangers to get. Most of us will never get any further in life because everything that comes into our hand, we consume it. We give away nothing. We do not extend our hand. We don't share. The principle of this whole creation, literally, you don't even need the scripture. The whole principle of the law of nature is like this. The precipitation of the cycle of water is if the water, if you want to see a cloud, the water is taken up from the earth. And it goes through condensation and comes back down. You look at the fruit tree. No fruit tree is like us unless the fruit tree is a barren. But a fruit tree is like this. You plant a seed, it grows, it bears, and it what? Returns. It grows, it bears, it returns. When it grows, bear, return. Does it just return just that one fruit? Several. And so every fruit that you get from that tree has a seed in it. And when you plant it again, what happens? It grows, it bears, and it returns again. So it is with I and you. Everything that Amashiach speak about. Messiah said, Yahuwah said in Isaiah 58, share your bread with others. Share your clothes with others. Put shelter somebody else. Help somebody else. Do this and do that. Everything that Yah have been teaching us is simple. I want you to be like me by giving back. Give it back. Even you and I, when we die, where do we go back to? Your spirit go back to Yahweh and your body go back to the earth. It's about return. So now, a lot of people don't understand why the scripture says ungratefulness is worse than what? So to forget what somebody do for you equals stopping somebody else's progress. If you get help but help nobody, it stops somebody's progress. There's a scripture in the book of Genesis, the scripture says that while Joseph was in prison, there are these butler, these young men came to him and they said, we heard that you can interpret dream, help us. And he interpreted dream. And he said to the butler, I'm interpreting this dream. When you get back to the king, put in a word for me. Tell the king that and that butler forgot. Yeah. Completely forget. And the interpretation of his dream saved his life. How often do we get help and forget the hand that was laid on us? Ever so often we forget the hands that was laid on us and turned like a snake. And it was one day when Pharaoh got up, the Malek of Egypt got up. And when the Malek of Egypt, of Mizraim got up, and he said, oh, my magician cannot help, and there is going to be a famine. What shall we do? What shall we do? I have a dream. And none of his soothsayers, none of his sorcerers, none of his magicians, nobody could interpret a dream. And the butler said, oh, I remember. That's when he remembered. And the king not asked the question, he would have gotten his blessing on Saturday. And he said, I remember, there's a young man that's in prison. He's in the dungeon. The king said, are you serious? He said, yes. His name is Joseph. He's a Hebrew. He said, call him. When that Hebrew boy came, he looked at you're talking about Congress. He looked at how many, those days Egypt was equal to what the United States is today. And he looked at all these soothsayers or magicians, sorcerers, they're what you call scientists, who can read things and talk about when an earthquake is going to happen and all of these things. And none of them could read. And Joseph interpreted the dream and give him advice. Do this, do that, because there's going to be a famine. And that's how Joseph got his breakthrough. How often do we forget the ones that have blessed us, the ones that have caused the path of prosperity to happen in our life? We forget ever so often. Believe me, the same folks that were nobody, that were not a people. Yeah, the scripture says when we were not a people, Yah sent forth his son and delivered us, and we forget so often. Dawood, that young man Dawood, no wonder why Yahweh said, he's a man of my own land. Dawood is a man of my own heart. Why? Because Dawood was always kind. Never you offer bitterness for bitterness. Never you pay somebody an eye for an eye. Always do good. And Yahuwah who see what you do. And you don't have to do good and go and talk either. Allow Yah to work it out. And I say to you tonight, Israel, I say to you that if you are Mephibosheth, though you may be living in Lodebar, mean unfruitful land, though you may be living in a situation, because I'm telling you tonight, I have never seen an atrocious world like this world is. This, right now, the only reason I am walking and I'm saying is because, in other words, I have never seen hatred that is devised against a people in a country like America like before. I have never seen hatred to this limit yet. I have never seen hatred where you can walk without somebody calling police on you. I have never seen sorrow. I have never seen crime. I'm not just talking about America. I have never seen trouble like it is today. People don't know what part of the world to live. People don't know where to get up and live because, believe me, America is the most racist country in the world. Period. The immigration minister in Canada is an Indian immigrant. The minister over the immigration authority in Canada. Everybody in America who is the head of something is white. America is the most racist country on planet Earth. Naturally speaking. And so, people don't know where to go for food. People don't know where to go to live. People don't know. You get what I'm trying to say? We are living in such a danger, and apart from America being a racist place, literally speaking, we are, believe me, if you are not white, you were nothing. And so we are in a troubled time, and doesn't matter what part of the world that you live, not just America, you are in trouble. Period. And so people are buried in circumstances. People are buried. People don't know what job to choose. I can tell you one thing. Most other countries in the world offer free education. In America, you have to pay. But getting a college education in America don't mean you're going to be prospering. Talk to me. It don't mean you're going to be prospering because there are more college educated people that are living off welfare and living it doesn't make sense. So the world is in such a predicament to the point where we are facing a uphill battle. Only Yahuwah, the sovereign one of Israel, can keep us. There's so much confusion. There's so many preachers. There's so much. They are Muslim. They are Christian. They are so-called Hebrews that don't even know what Hebrew is. And then they're Hebrew. Benai, or Israelite, the word Israelite is really not the correct word. Benai, which we know that means the descendant of Yehuda, and we should know this thing. But the people are talking about the Moors. The Moors were ancient people. But the Moors were not even their original name. Who gave them the name? The European. And so people don't know what to turn. Folks don't know what to believe. People don't know what to trust. You don't know what book to read. You don't know. In other words, you don't know. People say the Bible is not true. The scriptures is not true. The Quran is true. And that one is true. That somebody said, introduced me the other day, man, he said, you need to read a book called the Husham. No Quran, no scripture. Go read the Husham. Because he's a Moor. And so people are going back to all of these things. People are turning to witchcraft. People are burying themselves into all kind of satanic worship. You look what's going on around the world today. We are in total chaos. Why am I saying this? No matter how you try to avoid the reality of what is going on in the world, you can't avoid it. I was listening to a explanation the other day. You know those electric meters we have in our house? And the electric meter, they say they put it on because usually when they come to read the meter, there's dogs and this and that and what. You know what the electric meters are? They report to every sector of the government in the United States when you are in your house, when you're out of your house, if you're using excessive electricity, if you buy a new television, if whatever you do, it records. Not only burn the power, it records every single thing you have in your house. If you are asleep, then no, the meter records it. It records when you leave your house. It records everything and gives the government all the information about your life. We have no secret. And what I'm saying is that we think we are in this absolute, utopia, this world of tranquility. And this is not true. We are in trouble. Messiah said in Matthew 24, you're going to see trouble, so much as that you have never seen before. Messiah said in the last days, don't even have babies. He said, woe be unto those that are giving suck. Messiah said, pray that they don't come to you to find you in the synagogue on the Shabbat, because you're going to have to run and break the law of the Shabbat. You get what I'm saying? So there's so much. When I look at the orchestrated demonic powers that is orchestrated against the people of the army, only Yah can help. Only Him. And for us to even literally, just for us to even love one another these days, you have to know Yah. Because Matthew 24, Messiah said, and when they lie on you and take you to jail, then the love of many shall wax cold. And many shall deceive you, many shall lie. I'm talking about literally people in your own household, in the assembly will get up and will do things to defeat you. So there is no winning. I am saying, I said all of what I said now just to show you that if we are going to be bitter, and it's good to when I came here, that's what I find you studying Ella. If we are going to, I didn't choose this. I heard you studying it and I decided we were going to talk about it. If we are going to render evil for evil, we'll never move any further. Dawood was blessed and was able to pass that blessing down. Even to the point where it blesses Messiah. God Messiah is called the son of Dawood. Hallelujah. Why? Because Dawood never rendered evil for evil. He picked up Jonathan's son and blessed him and put him on the table. We call that a restoration. Reinstating. And said he will be eating at my table. Literally mean that he's in my will. Everything, what is in the kingdom, he's a part of it. And that is teaching me a lesson that if your father is dead and you have favor, you can still get all the You see that? Though your father is dead and your livelihood cut out. But if you have favor, his grandfather is dead, rather. And his father was dead too. Grandfather and father was dead. But his father did good before he died. And that started in him. Hallelujah. Such a baraka, such a favor. Because we don't understand that every person needs a hand or need help sometime or another. And when you bless somebody, you will get blessed. But if you curse people, you will never prosper. And that's what we have to learn to do. I want to encourage you tonight to be like David. Extend the favor. Remember that you could have died, but Jonathan helped you. Jonathan give you a heads up. He show you enemy. Give somebody a chance as well. Help somebody. Yah provide for you. Help somebody. Stretch out your hand. Don't keep your blessing to yourself. Remember, you didn't get to where you were unless somebody blessed you. Hallelujah. Bless the stranger man. This world is not as big as we think. This world is a very small world. And you'll be very surprised that the life that you save today may save your child's life.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And that's a perfect example with Jonathan.
The perfect example with Jonathan. Literally saved David's life. And David came back when Jonathan was in the dump, literally living. I'm talking about in the dump yard. It's a place where they dump garbage. Nothing grow there. And yet David said, is there any living, anyone from Jonathan? And they said, yes. Said but he lived down there in Lodebar. He's a junkyard dog. Being a scavenger, a dog. He said, call him. Can you imagine how David would look and see this young man walking with polymyelitis, limping because he fell and his two legs limp, and he came into his prayer. And Beth-El said, I am a dead dog. He said, no, you will eat at my table. David didn't give him land, David gave him part of the kingdom. Hallelujah.
Right.
That's the scripture saying, give me that heart, the heart. The Yahweh Messiah said, give me that heart and I will give you my father's kingdom. And that's exactly what that will be. He remembered the favor. I am imploring, I am encouraging everyone tonight. Remember those who did good to you. And extend it. Don't be bitter. Help. Turn around and remember you would not have been where you were unless somebody stretched their hand. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Baruch Hashem. Let us pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. O thou sovereign Yahweh, O thou captain of the armies of the Shalom, Abba, we come before you tonight. We look to you, thou sovereign one of Israel. We praise you and we magnify your name. O thou Elohim. We praise you and we magnify your name. Thank you for this lesson. And as I walk in and heard your son, Obadiah, as he speak these words, dear Father, and I immediately grabbed these words and determined we were going to study on this tonight. Maybe you allow it to happen, oh yeah, that it will resurrect us, that it may bring us back from the grave. That we will be kind, that we will be faithful, that we will walk in your righteousness. Oh Abba Yah, have mercy on us. And help us now. Help us, oh Abba Yahuwah. Grant us now thy favor. Keep us in your will. Take full control of our lives and allow us to remember the Beth-El of our Jonathan. Help us to remember the kindness that you have granted unto us, and that we will extend kindness to others. Let your name be exalted, O Yahweh, in our lives. Take away our wicked heart. Give us a lave of humility, a lave of gratitude, that we may be grateful, and that we may be thankful, and that we may stretch our hand of help to others who are in need. Let your favor be extended to us now, O Yahweh, tonight we pray. And unto those who desire your help, reach out and touch us now, I pray, O Yahweh. We call on you now for your favor, for your baraka, for your blessing. Be with us and protect us in this time. Keep us from all evil, we pray. In the name of Yahushua Mashiach, we ask in favor. Hallelujah. 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 My brothers and sisters, and for those of you that are watching, may Yahuwah watch over you. May Yah be gracious unto you. May he preserve you from all evil. Shalom. 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 I'll be with you. We're going to, I think it's this coming first day. It's the new moon, so second night, which is Sunday evening, we're going to have a service honoring the new moon. I think, until I check it again, but I believe so. I'm just announcing that. And for those of you that are watching the service, please join us again this Shabbat as we bring praise and worship and teaching to you from Beth-El Assembly. Lord.